everyone. This is just going to be a quick little video telling you about an event that I am running in this evening and for the next couple of weeks on a Tuesday. Of course, with the real world being a bit of a mess at the moment, and there is no actual motorsport going on, sadly, there has been quite the rise in, I guess, esports racing, if you will. Whether that be from real world series taking their drivers onto various games to compete in, or whether it just be, these racing sims hosting more and more events, because, people have got to get their racing fix somewhere. Now, I've been invited to take part in the Porsche Community Legends event. This is going on Raceroom here. This is my first esports event on Tarmac. Technically, I ran on Dirt Rally 2. I have a little bit of experience of rallycross. Probably not going to do much good when it comes to racing GT3 cars. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, with this particular one. And this is a competition that anyone can get involved in. They run a qualifying through the week. The top 20 drivers from this qualifying session go into the race. Alongside those 20 are various influencers and content creators, etc., which is going to be me included in that. Well, I'm going to try and not be completely last. I'm not going to be on the pace with the really fast drivers, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do what I can with the Porsche and see what happens, basically. So yeah, I'm going to be running in this. I'm running in this evening. In fact, the first of 3 qualifying races. Starts at 6:15 BST. Now, below in the description of the video, I'm going to put links. I'm going to be streaming this on Twitch. There's also going to be a official broadcast with commentators, commentator, etc. So I'll put a link to that in the description as well if you want to go and follow along with that. But as I said, this is an event that anybody can get involved if you wish. You fire up Raceroom and you go into competition. Pretty straightforward. You find the Porsche Community Legends and you can be running the time trials in here. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have the cars or the tracks that are being run in the game. I guess you can borrow them, but you can use them to run in the time trial event. In fact, if you qualify in the top 500 on the leaderboard for this, you will get to keep the car, essentially. So it's well worth having a go with this. The first race was where we had the 911 GT3 at Hockenheim. That's the first race that's going to be happening this evening. The second race next week is going to be with the 964 Carrera Cup car, which is very, very different. Which is very, very different indeed. And this perhaps is a little bit more my pace. This particular one. I say that. Regular viewers will know I'm not actually a massive. I get a very big slide with the car in this. I'm not actually the biggest fan of sort of ultra high grippy cars. I'm not very good with Formula 1 cars, LMP cars, and all of those kind of things. I've never been particularly quick. I tend to do better in your kind of Clio Cup cars and your touring cars and that sort of thing. GT3 cars are kind of on the borderline. I'm not terrible with them, but I'm not as good. And this car kind of doesn't go too badly for me. It's a very difficult car to drive. It's a real challenge. Like the GT3 cars, to drive them very quickly is incredibly difficult. Of course it is, but to get it around a track is not normally too terrible. Trying to find speed, as I said, is tough. This thing is sketchy, I think, is probably the best way to put it. There's no aero on the car at all. Of course there is. It's a much older Carrera Cup car, so there's no aero. It's rear-engined. If the back end steps around on you, it will try and murder you. It's as simple as that. And if it starts sliding, it's almost impossible to catch it. I mean, I got very lucky in catching the slide at the start of the previous lap with it. You've got to be so sort of delicate and so precise with the car, with your steering inputs and with your movements and so on. But it does mean when you get a lap right, it's really bloody good. It's one of those that's incredibly rewarding when you do get a lap right with this car. You can see how much it kind of like bounces and moves around the corner. It's a very different, very, very different sort of car to be driving with. As I said, I am a bit more on pace with this one. I'm probably not going to be running around towards the very top. I'm probably not going to be winning these races. I don't necessarily expect, but maybe a smidge more competitive. Some touring car lines, of course. I actually quite like the international layout of Silverstone as well. I've driven it. It's a track I'm fairly well comfortable with, fairly well known circuit for me. Don't bobble it across the curbs like a moron. The car will bounce around, you'll get some more sliding, and yeah, when the back end goes, it is going to swap ends on you. You are going to spin, and once it starts spinning, you can't save it. So yeah, I hope you'll be able to come and watch the race tonight. I hope I will be able to put on a half-decent show. There should be some very, very good racing in there, most definitely. How much I'm going to be involved in, we will have to wait and see. I'm going to do my best, though. We're going to try and put on a good showing for FailRace in this one. And yeah, for the subsequent weeks to come, the next couple of weeks, I hope you're able to join for that one. Certainly go and give it a try. Have a go with these cars. Raceroom is free to download, so you can actually just get into this competition and see if you can, you know, get into top 500, see if you can get the lap times with these cars. And hey, mate, you can qualify really quickly. Go qualify in the top 20. Might even be able to completely utterly thrash me when it comes to the race, if I'm honest. But yeah, it should be a good bit of fun. Should be a good bit of fun with all of this. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and hope to see you this evening. Until then, goodbye.